he'll be able to do that.
I know I've been doing here we go. We're starting.
Nice.
But yeah, I've been practicing doing races offline or with Ahady, and he's been putting up some good times lately. So I'm excited to see how he does.
Yeah, he really has.
His time will be 2. You are correct. It's basically.
Yeah, it'll be exactly 2. Plus or minus, And yeah,
right.
They're off.
Off the table and off we go.
Nice.
And I know Ahady has a Pro with SSD. I think Newbie has a regular PS4. I could be wrong there though.
Okay, Ahady's got the pay to win adapter.
But I mean, it's not really that much faster. Just for loads.
Yeah, just for loads.
RTA it is. IGT it's negligible. His Pro got stolen. Yeah, that's another story for another day.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, we got Clinic Wolves. Oh, Newbie's got him in the pocket.
Hopefully, Newbie can. All right, we're safe. Safe from the Clinic Wolf. Luckily, nobody's died to the Clinic Wolf yet, right? I don't think so.
I don't remember. I think somebody did.
Oh, somebody did. Okay.
Well, I've been doing a lot of. I've been doing a lot of races, so they get kind of blurred together.
That's fair enough. Yeah, Peanut, your match the other day was pretty close, but it seemed like a really good one against KC.
It was a fun night.
Yeah, definitely.
Race. And Newbie is doing something unorthodox here. It looks like he grabbed the lamp, but he's not going back to the dream yet.
Yeah, so we have it on good authority that Newbie might be trying maybe not the most conventional strategy for the speedrun here, but we'll just kind of keep an eye on him and see what he's gonna do.
He's two-handing that fist like a champ.
Definitely.
See what he does. And Ahady is going back to the dream.
Ahady's going back to the dream. What happened there? I kind of missed it. Newbie skipping sewer skip. The actual mad lad skipping a skip.
Ahady's just doing extra warps for whatever reason.
All right.
And it looks
off to an interesting start already, really. Like, what can we say here?
So Newbie appears going for the saw spear. We've seen this with KC, who went against me. Not a terrible thing to do. It's viable.
Yeah, certainly viable.
The only thing you don't get sewer skip, which is 40 seconds.
Right. But yeah, a little unorthodox. It's not the method that most speedrunners are choosing to use, but not unviable.
Yeah. It is definitely pretty close. I think saw spear loses a little bit as far as because at least with the current final stats, we go favor more strength and skill. And saw spear is the skill equivalent to the cleaver, which is strength.
And then you also run into the issue of that you don't have a gun for Gascoigne, who you kind of want to be able to parry at least once. So not even having that option.
It's nice to have that option.
Yeah, not even having that option could make the fight a little rougher, but we'll see. Looks like Newbie has a plan, so
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it works out for him.
I think Ahady got that sewer skip try. It looked pretty simple.
Yeah, that looked pretty solid.
And Newbie's entering Gascoigne. Here we go. Let's see if the strat works.
All right, so let's see the strat.
See if he's any faster with no gun in his hand.
Yeah, and Ahady got that sewer skip first try, so that was pretty easy for him.
All right. Ooh, Gascoigne's not being kind at the moment.
Yeah, not being so kind. I feel like at this point, like not having the gun really kind of.
It's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Phase 1, you can definitely get some parries off with the gun.
For sure. And then this seems like it's making the fight just a little bit slower, so now you're kind of trapped here in phase 2, which is the phase that speedrunners do not want to see with Gascoigne, right, Peanut?
Especially down in the graves. It's that's not where you want to fight.
Stairs either.
Did he? That is insane.
Oh my gosh.
All right, got the transform for Newbie.
Nice, phase 3.
Ahdy's doing good
Ahdy's just skipped
backstabs.
right to, yeah, skipped basically right to phase 3, so, or almost. Yeah, there we go.
All right.
All right,
Both
they
of them
both
got kills. Nice.
Yeah, both nice kills.
All right. Now we get to continue to see Newbie's strat play out.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
He's doing the 2-minute offense here in Yarnum.
Yeah, it looked like just maybe a little bit slower using the saw spear, but really, like, you know, him and Ahady are still neck and neck right now, so didn't seem to waste him like that much time.
Yeah, you do have to remember though, the newbie has not gone back to the dream yet, which
That's
I'm assuming
very
he
true.
will at some point to get the gun.
Very true, very true.
Relatively soon. I mean, I guess hypothetically he could wait until all the way till right before Parl if he really wanted to wait, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
If that's the strat.
I guess
and Ahaddy's grabbing a hunter set. So
yep, hunter set.
Important. Fashion is over speed.
Fashion souls, of course, matters. Or fashion born, I should say.
There you go. The worst part, though, is there's 2 hunter sets, and the one that looks, I think, better with cover art is the one that's not on the way. So you can't get it in the speedrun, unfortunately.
Having to go out of the way for fashion, I mean, you get cool points, though, so I feel like it might be worth it in some aspects.
Unfortunately, there's not leaderboards for that.
Oh, unlucky. No leaderboards for cool sets, or for cool points. Looks like the dogs are playing a little nice for Ahady and Newbie.
Yes, these dogs are during normal resettable runs. They are heckers. They come after you.
Real heckers.
No mercy.
Yeah. Oh, looks like it's totally fine for Ahady. Didn't even have to quit out.
Nice.
The players can use a strategy, which basically you're allowed to quit out, you know, to reset the enemies into their like previous position, so that way they don't kind of block your path there. But it looked like nobody had to. Newbie ran into a little trouble there with the dogs, but he's still fine.
Just a couple nibs.
Yeah, just a couple little nibbles, you know, love bites.
Nothing too bad.
Yeah.
All right, and we're approaching Old Yarnum. Next part. Ooh, Ahaddy's grabbing the cocktails. No YOLO BSB today.
Oh, no YOLO BSB. Imagine not doing YOLO BSB.
What a peach.
What a peach.
No, in all honesty, as much as I've been watching some of the top guys, including Ahady and Ivan and others, that it seems though YOLO's pretty. Not free. I wouldn't say free, but it's not as hard as it sounds, as long as you know what to do and execute.
Yeah, it doesn't look too hard. Definitely saves you a lot of time as well. But, you know, I feel like still, though, the cocktail method is just a little bit more guaranteed.
No,
just
definitely.
A little safer.
All
Looks
right,
like Ahady took the safer method for the skip, and Newbie didn't, but they both made it out fine. Both executed perfectly.
I can tell you that plunge one's can be scary sometimes, especially if you get on the wrong side of the pillar. Yeah, these guys are very good at it. I'm not as well, so I usually just grab the lamp.
Yeah, that's a tough skip.
All right.
Or can be, at least.
No wolf memes for Ahady, and he's on his way to the boss.
Nice. Yeah, Newbie's like right behind him too still, so keeping some good pace here. All right, let's see this non-YOLO BSB.
All right, general strats, fire paper, beast blood pellet, cocktail into the corner and start wailing on him.
Yep. And then you just want to get those charged R2s off.
Backstabs are very important for this strat. If you miss one, it could be detrimental because then the positioning when he goes into phase, I would say 2, he really starts throwing poison around. He can stick his butt into the wall and he won't be able to get the final backstab, which it doesn't appear that he did that this time. So Ahady planned out. And easy peasy for Ahady.
Yeah, easy for Ahady. Newbie looks like still working. Oh. Nice.
And it looks like Newbie got him.
Nice.
Oh, he tried to get away. He tried to get away with the silver.
Go. Tried to get away, but Newbie got him. Executed nicely. And Newbie's taking the lamp here so he can go back to
yeah, appears he's going to actually go and, I would assume, pick up his gun at this point, and probably the cane.
Yeah.
Hell, he might be going for all weapons achievements or something. He might get, like the saw cleaver and the cane and
you
the
know what? Why not?
He is. He did
Oh,
it.
He
He's got 3 weapons.
The mad lad actually did it.
He's got a big backpack.
So I'm not sure then, is he going to use the saw cleaver for the rest of the run, or what did he pick up the saw cleaver for? Just because? I can't say I'm like too certain what his strategy is at this point, but
I mean, at this point he hasn't upgraded any of them, so you could go with either option.
Yeah, that's very true.
Whichever he prefers, we'll see which that would be.
And Ahady just a little bit ahead, grabbing the doll set now.
Yes, grabbing the money set that sells for quite a bit of money early on.
Yeah. It's a cute set, though, you know. Too bad you guys don't want to wear it in the speedrun.
Well, it actually has terrible defense.
It does. But it's cute, though. Again, cool points.
No.
Get with me on
I'll
this,
disagree. I'll have to disagree. I mean, there's a reason we killed it all in the speedrun. It's not for speed. It's because of fashion.
Yeah, that's fair.
But, anywho, it looks like everything's going back to smooth for Newbie. He's going to grab this stuff as well.
Ahady on ladder warp right now. Basically, it's like a quick little skip where he does some kind of action on the ladder, so that way it tricks the game into thinking he's still on the ladder. And once he quits out after Amelia, then he just gets put back on the ladder, saves a little bit of time from running down all the stairs, and yeah, pretty easy.
Yeah, it saves about 21 seconds from running down the stairs. And the cool thing about it is you can do any animation, even a health vial, switching out your weapons, a gunshot, a transform, any of those will work. And that's kind of the cool beauty about that skip. I believe found by Dank Oyster.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
And it's we only use it in this one instance.
Yeah.
But it is used in Chalice dungeons a little bit, too.
Yeah, that's true. And Ahady's on the second boss here. Amelia's, like, not too difficult. Pretty scripted fight. Just, you know, kind of limb breaking to stun lock her. And that's kind of the end of that.
Yeah, it's pretty scripted. As long as you don't miss a hit or timing, it's pretty free.
Yeah.
That's why they always joke about Amelia RNG.
Yeah, looks like Ahady was able to get through that one pretty easily.
Alright, and Newbie's just coming into the door. He's got a K-Dub no on his back. Got through. Easy peasy.
Got through it, luckily.
And this is the point in which the ladder warp goes into effect. Ahady's gonna, when he loads back in, he comes back down at the bottom of the stairs and straight off to the woods.
Nice. So we'll see.
It does still look like Newbie's using this saw spear.
Yeah, it does. So I'm not sure if he's planning on using that the whole time. Still very curious of what Newbie's whole strategy is here.
We'll find out eventually.
We'll find out. Yeah. Soon enough.
Ooh, that's one of the scary things right there with Ahady. Those guys, once you get enough 16 insight, or above, I believe, 15 insight, there's a few world differences. You'll most notably see it in Hemwick, but some enemies get more attacks. There's more enemies that will spawn in Hemwick when you have, I believe, over 15 insight. And yeah, those guys shoot those little magic projectiles, and it's kind of scary because they can creep up on you if you're not watching.
Oh, definitely.
And then we're at the door, gotta tell them the password. Bam, break the golden pendant that Amelia was holding. Get that gold blood gem, which is going to give you about, I believe it's 12% more on beast enemies.
Okay. And I guess
it's kind of a placeholder until we get better gems further on in the run.
Yeah, it looks like Newbie didn't get a ladder warp, so he just had to run down the stairs.
No ladder warp.
No.
Interesting. I wonder if he just missed it. I didn't even see if he attempted it.
No, I'm not sure either.
And Ahady's going back to the dream. He's going to do his first level up at this point. We quickly buy some more cocktails. You sell your doll set for 35,000. You go up buy the bloodstone chunks required to upgrade your weapon. You already grabbed some twin shards, so you're good there. And then you can get up to +4 and slot 2 gems.
Nice.
Look at that menuing. Whew.
Oof, that menuing.
And the doll's down. Down goes Fraser.
This poor doll, you know, she just does nothing. She just stands there. And,
got it coming.
Yeah, she did. She did. Do you know if Ahady is planning on running the new strats or kind of the more traditional
If you're referring
strats?
to the new level up changes that have come by recently, I believe he is doing so. Which the change has been on the last level up of the route. We would do we used to go 34 strength, 35 skill, and I think it was even Ahady that he was just playing around and found out that we can take 10 levels and put them into strength and actually get 8 more overall AR. And you give up a little bit as far as visceral, because visceral riposts scale with skill a little bit. So you lose a little bit there, but you do gain more overall strength.
Yeah, but you're not really doing too many viscerals towards the end of the run, so...
Not too many. I mean, there's Logarius, Ludwig...
And you want to end on the visceral and moon presence as well. Yeah.
But it's actually a little bit faster if we had to stay. It just is taking us a little bit adjusting for some of the guys attempting it.
Definitely. Yeah, this is a pretty new strategy. The one that Ahady has found kind of like within the last, week or so, about?
Something like that.
Yeah. So it's pretty fast.
And Ahady's going to be coming up on Parl now. Who can be quite dangerous if we do not stun lock him.
Oh, definitely.
Because he might be big, but his legs are small. He skipped leg day.
Very true. But hopefully Ahady will just be able to stun lock him as per usual.
And then easy peasy.
And easy.
And that strat was made more prevalent since this hex found out about limb soreness, which is kind of a mechanic where you more or less, once you break a limb, and limb staggers are pretty prevalent in Bloodborne, once you stagger a limb, it actually takes more damage the more you hit it. So you could put it within certain strats and actually do more damage overall, and that's why this strat goes on the full left side as opposed, or your left, his right.
Because breaking the limb just stuns him initially, but then kind of like adding that additional damage from the broken limb already kind of like helps get Parl down a little quicker.
Yes, very much so. 50% extra damage.
That's kind of a lot, yeah. Would definitely see why you'd want to use it. Yeah, just a little. And Ahady already in Forbidden Woods, everybody's favorite part. These woods can be full of a lot of memes, but hopefully everything will be alright for him.
And Newbie's just entering Parl. Still rocking that Saw Spirit, seems.
Yeah.
We'll see if he's doing the older or new strats.
Kind of interested to see if he'll take this Saw Spear all the way.
I mean, it's definitely viable.
I haven't seen anybody do this run with the Saw Spear, so that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, KC did it against me, and he's the ultimate Saw Spear cultist.
Saw Spear cultist.
But it definitely, it's not it's not viable. If that makes sense. It definitely is. The only trade-off is you can't do sewer skip.
Right. Yeah, Newbie went for the visceral on the head for Parl. I think it's just like a second or a couple seconds slower, maybe, but still super viable strat to kill Parl, and it makes sure that he doesn't get the chance to get loose. Because if you miss a hit on one of Parl's legs and he gets loose, that's not something you want to have happen to you.
And Ahady's just going through the second half of the woods, grabbing some upgrade mats on his way to Shadows. And Newbie's not far behind, warping to the woods himself. I can tell you one of the first times I dropped in that pit, I was awfully scared with that big snake. Because they don't mess around. They'll spit at you. They'll bite you.
Definitely.
But they hold all the good treasure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ahady well on his way to Shadows.
One of the first real tests of the run.
Definitely. Yeah, arguably
We always say that a run hasn't activated until you get past Shadows and Rom.
Definitely. I mean, because you have both Shadows and Rom who just have, you know, the potential to kill any run no matter how well it's going, like one right after the other, so. So there is kind of a strategy. Yeah, good opener. There's a strategy to this fight. You definitely want to get down.
Fireball.
Oh no.
Sniped.
Yeah, you want to try and get the fireball guy down first so that he doesn't do exactly what happened to Ahady, unfortunately.
He tried to back off after getting hit, and you gotta watch out for those projectiles. And unfortunately, they'll home in on you. But that doesn't put him too far behind.
No, definitely not.
He's probably he's gonna do hut skip. It looks,
all right.
It appears.
Yeah,
this is an any percent strat that we do not use in the all boss run because we do need some of the some pellets and upgrade pellets in the early game.
Yeah, if you watched Fool versus Pinkman's run, Fool actually did hut skip as well after he died to Shadows, so we'll see how this works for Ahady.
It's a very good thing to have in your back pocket, for sure.
Definitely. It definitely cuts down the time running back to Shadows because Shadows is it's a pretty long walk back.
Ooh, newbie about got eaten by the snake. He's
almost.
He's alive.
That was a little bit of a monk ass moment, but he you know, he made it out. He's all right.
Ahady's working on his rock climbing as we speak.
Yeah, definitely.
There we go. He got in. He's going to open the door just in case he fails this second part on the plunge.
Probably worth it.
He got it. Nice.
Nice.
Easy peasy.
Easy.
Now I wonder if he's going to do the second half.
Yeah, I imagine Ahady has like a lot of practice with the skip as well because he's currently
he is the record holder.
Yeah,
yes.
In any percent. So.
And the very end of there's a slope quit out. We don't have very many of those, but they're very prevalent in the other Souls games.
Yeah, Newbie here is working on Shadows as well.
He's doing a good job of corralling the mace guy.
Definitely.
And they're transforming.
Transforming
Already got
now.
one down.
Yep. If you can
at this point, you want to DPS the katana guy. He has the most HP of all of them.
Definitely. Yeah, and if you can get the katana guy down, then you can basically just AI loop the last of the Shadows, and you're pretty much guaranteed the win at that point.
You gotta watch out though if he's healing right now, and they're waiting to do stretch Armstrong on him.
Yeah, if you get too far away from Shadows, it's just not something you really want to do because they can kind of spaghetti arm you. And that's an attack that can eat at your HP really, really fast.
All right,
it looks like his
bolt down.
paper.
Oh, summoning snakes. Oh, get out of there!
Jeez. Looks like his bolt paper ran out. I don't know if his pellet ran out as well too.
Yeah, his pellet ran out, but that's fine.
Hopefully
He's got
he can
the
just
win in the
get
bag.
This AI loop and.
All right, newbies.
Yeah, nice. Newbie's done. Good job, newbie.
And Ahady's on his way back to Shadows.
Yeah. That was just a little bit scary with the snake summon. That's not something you really want to have happen to you, but newbie handled it like a champ.
He was right by where they spawned out. I was for sure thought he was going to get hit by one.
Yeah.
And he grabs the Bergenworth lamp for safety.
The pro. Yeah, definitely. You might as well. I mean, some of these lamps are, you know, quote-unquote peach lamps, but it's really worth it. It's not an out-of-the-way lamp in any, like, regard, and, you know, just saves you a long trip back in case anything happens on ROM.
Wow. Ahady gets hit with the running R1 katana by Katana Man. and that's pretty much a one-shot every time, especially if it's a counter.
Yeah, definitely.
So
yeah, because the counter hits do...
That's bad.
How much do the counter hits do in damage?
I always joke that it's 300% more damage, but it's quite a bit more.
Definitely a lot, yeah.
It's probably a worse nightmare because it's probably one that can kill you in an instant.
And Newbie's got Lunarium Key Skip here. Wasn't the YOLO, but still, very well executed, and on his way to Rom. YOLO Rom? Let's see it. Come on, Newbie, you won't.
All right, starts with a gunshot. He's going to kill a couple spiders, looks like, before he pops his pellet and paper.
Yeah.
And that way he can make sure he has enough for the second half of the fight.
And it looks like he's back to the saw cleaver, so I think didn't see when he got rid of the saw spear, but that's the back to the saw cleaver.
I know Casey's crying at home.
Oh, I'm sorry, Casey. And Ahady's working on hut skip again, which he looks like he's got this time. Yeah, we joke about YOLO Rum, but really it doesn't save too much time. It's a little bit risky in a race like this, so I think he's just.
You'd be hard pressed to see a YOLO Rum. Those two top tier guys really trying to cut it out.
Yeah.
As long as you get the spider clear pretty well, it's pretty much free.
Definitely, yeah. Newbie handled that one really well. Super clean Rum.
So. He's off onto the next one of our favorite places, Yaragul.
Definitely.
Looks like Ahady's trying to grab some vials from the pig.
Yeah. It's definitely worth it, because you don't really want to get low on vials, and some of the vial pickups can be really out of the way.
Definitely so. And I kind of just noticed that I believe Newbie has... He's pumped a little bit into Vit.
Yeah, it looks like it. Well,
which definitely I think has helped him out a little bit.
Definitely. Is the Ahady still at 10 Vit?
Yeah,
I
he's
think
at 10
so.
Vit still. I don't remember the last time Ahady wasn't at 10 Vit, if I'm honest.
Yeah, that's fair. He's a pro. He doesn't need it.
He is the second place holder right now for all bosses, so he doesn't peach very much. And he's entering Shadows again.
All right, third time's a charm.
It's always a scary opener walking into aggroed Shadows because they come in barreling at you.
For sure.
And it's harder to build meter because you don't have them grouped up as much. But
yeah, that's for sure.
It looks like he's powering down the mace guy pretty quick here.
Perfect.
Newbie just did a little shortcut aside to grab a key item so we can go fight some bosses later on in the run.
Now he's going for my favorite skip, which is Yarhagul skip. I think this is such a fun skip. I think it's really cool.
Oh, it's a very neat skip found by this hex.
Going for YOLO? Yes.
Ooh, and he nailed it.
Actual MLG.
All right, and Ahady's got Shadows down. Nice.
Nice, Ahady.
All right. You gotta watch out for these corpse boxes.
These guys
they're scary.
Pretty scary.
And Newbie just got snagged.
Oh no, Newbie!
But he quit out.
He quit out. Okay, so looks like Ahady's grabbing the lamp as well, right before Rom.
And luckily, you don't normally have too many echoes going into Shadows, so those deaths weren't as big of a factor.
No, definitely not. Yeah. But I mean, there's still quite a bit of the run left to go, so Ahady can definitely make up the time. Most definitely.
Everyone jokes, but this is, all bosses for Bloodborne is definitely an unforgiving game. It was just... Besides difficulty, trying to go fast, getting one shot with the 10 low health strats.
Definitely.
And it's resource heavy. If you run out of materials, then a lot of strats don't work as well.
Or if you die in a place where your echoes aren't recoverable and then you can't level up, there's a lot that can go wrong here.
Definitely.
But yeah, it looks like Newbie was
Ooh.
fine with that quit out, and Ahady got second try Lunarium key skip, so.
Ooh, Newbie. Gun down.
Ooh.
He grabbed the gem, though.
He got the gem at least, yeah, so we won't have to go back to get that.
But he does have
is...
his echoes there.
Oof.
They should be in the corridor, if I did say.
Okay.
But we'll find out.
Going for spider clear as well. Might as well. No YOLOs here.
Yeah, pretty simple. Just knocking out all the all the spiders.
Yeah, I would almost say, like, you know, the spiders are pretty much the real boss. They can, at 10 bit especially, they can pretty much one-shot you with some of their attacks, and Rom isn't too bad, except for her, like, belly flop attack, really, so.
Oh, he's getting major backups here.
Yeah, he really is. Just keeps backing up.
And he's probably going to one-cycle her.
Yeah, you know? It kind of looks like that. Yeah, so he got a one cycle, which was great. That means she didn't teleport, and he didn't have the spiders come back out again.
Unfortunately, you'd think that one cycling's faster. It's actually not. If you get the instant teleport, it's comparable, but...
Yeah, and he didn't get the instant teleport either, so...
And I don't think he picked up his echoes.
Who, Newbie?
No, Ahady didn't die in ROM, excuse me. I'm thinking earlier. Pardon me. Anyway, looks like Newbie's going to go for...
going back for his echoes now. Except it looks like one of the creatures had it, I think. One of the enemies in there, I think. Yeah. Yeah, they got eaten by the wolf.
I've tried to kill that wolf before. He is a tanky boy.
No, definitely.
And you got a guy with a gun trying to shoot at you in a very small space. That's not a fun place to try to get him back.
Kind of not a great situation overall, unfortunately. I'm not sure. Did he? I don't think he needed them really.
Well, like, he lost about 45,000 echoes, which you can make it back up on the back end.
Right.
For if you use a Bold Hunter mark after Ebriatus.
Okay.
So it's not as big of a deal.
So there's a chance to make it up, but I mean, certainly not something you want to have happen to you, but...
No, he'll be a little short on this next level up.
Okay. And looks like he's on one Reborn, who can kind of be a tough boss. A little bit of trouble with the falling bodies sometimes, and with the fireballs coming at you.
I had a feeling
speaking of falling bodies,
he was getting a lot of fireballs there.
Yeah, he didn't back up to heal. He was pretty low, didn't back up to heal, but unfortunately that falling body.
He was playing aggressive, trying to rally his health back, and
I think so too.
Sometimes you can get a lot very unlucky.
Unlucky. But
very much so. So this almost syncs him back up again.
Yeah, almost right back to about the same pace. Ahady going for YOLO, or Newbie going for YOLO, I should say.
And the one bad thing about Yara Ghoul Skip is you see Newbie killing these guys. If you don't get it YOLO. Oh, he just walked right through. Ooh. See, that's the amazing.
That's another
amazing collision by FromSoft.
Yeah, right. Yeah, killing those guys really only gives you a couple of seconds, so you only got a small time window to try that skip again before they come right back up.
Yeah, you can walk right through. I've had it happen before, and it kind of puts you off guard.
Oh, like, definitely.
Oh, shoot, because you got to quit out or you'll die.
Yeah, exactly. Luckily, he got the quit out. No trouble.
All right,
doing the pro flow method and trying to make the skip work. Yeah, and Ahady's now on one Reborn.
He got kicked once, but that's all right. He's still going strong.
Yeah.
Three hits. He's getting some major fireballs too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at those no-look dodges.
Hopefully.
Oh man.
Hopefully no bodies.
Reborn is said last year Reborn took probably 20 runners at some point or another. And he's trying today.
Yeah, he really is trying his best, but luckily Ahady's a pro and able to get through that one without too much trouble.
And then we're just going to touch dead Mikolash here and go into his dream. It's Monka-S. And then Newbie's coming back up on the One Reborn. One Reborn is not... It's not too much different with an aggro, but he will like rotate with you as you try to get to his side, so it's a little bit harder to get that initial stagger on the body.
And those guys came right up behind him, but luckily he was fine. Got back into the boss arena.
And always the problem with those corpse drops is if you'll try to roll them, but they have like pretty wide hit boxes. And
yeah, they really do.
Then taking counter damage, like we've said earlier, it's no bueno.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not something you want to do if you can avoid.
It looks like Newbie's going for the back leg now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame him. You can get staggers on all the limbs, just like on some other bosses we've seen thus far.
Definitely.
And then Ahady's already here in Mensis. Nice, Newbie.
Nice, Newbie.
And Ahady's killing this lizard to get some more chunks, and then he's going to warp back for our second level up of the run.
Yeah.
And pretty even so far.
Definitely.
We've had a couple memes, but they're still trucking along.
There's always memes in a race. I feel like it's kind of just about who can recover the quickest. You know what I mean? Like, who is that good, like, mental game to just say, like, okay, that happens, like, let's move on and keep this race going, you know?
Mental fortitude is definitely and mindset is a big thing for speedrunning that I've come to find out in my small time of doing it.
Definitely.
And, being able to recover from, things not going your way.
Yeah, what's kind of your, like, thought process even, like, as a runner, Peanut? Like, what's kind of, like, when you get memed really hard, do you, like, take a second and you're like, okay, this happened? Or, like how do you kind of recover from that? Like, what's
there's usually two different scenarios. Either one, the runner messed up, and you have to be able to recognize that. And two, sometimes you just get unlucky.
Yes, sometimes it really is just luck.
But most of the time, it's usually on the runner. At least that's my mindset.
For sure,
something I can correct. So that's how I always have approached it. And sometimes, because look, a couple days from now, everybody's just gonna look back and laugh at these runs.
For sure, no, of course. Yeah, it's all in good fun.
Like, haha! Remember when I died to One Reborn, just like everybody else last tournament?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And it looks like these guys at the door hopefully gonna play nice. Yeah. Ahady's fine.
I'll tell you what though, I remember in casual playthrough, if you linger right here where Ahady, those spiders will follow you all the way past where that guy is in that doorway. You gotta watch out.
Oh wow, I didn't know they could follow you that far.
They're vicious.
Yeah, definitely.
They're out for blood.
No stranger to having been killed by those spiders in casual play.
And Ahady's grabbing his backup pellet there. It looks like he has 3. It's a little hard to tell, but I believe he's going to have to potentially do early woods.
Okay.
Because it won't have a pellet right now for MEG.
Okay, got it. Yeah, and Ahady's kind of getting to a dangerous part in the run for someone with 10 vit. Like, kind of this point and beyond, really, like, a lot of these enemies can just one-shot you if you're not careful, so just about good pathing and kind of getting to the next location as quickly as possible so that doesn't happen to you.
Definitely. And Ahady's approaching Mikolash, our favorite memer of the whole run.
Favorite memer.
Favorite memer.
Definitely.
All right. Some say cause, some say cosm. I say I'd rather kill you fast.
Heck Miko.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hopefully he gets some,
no Swedish.
No Swedish. Unfortunate.
Unlucky.
No hamburger either. I'm wondering if
It's
he's going to
all
go
right.
for the new strategy right
I
now.
doubt it. At this point, I bet he's just going to go
No.
back to old consistent strats.
Yeah. There is a new strategy actually that was developed that you can shoot Miko like with 3 gunshots before he enters that little room back there, and he'll kind of walk out for you as you're killing the puppet. But Ahady didn't go with that. Doesn't save like that much. I think it only
Interesting.
saves a couple of seconds.
So normally you would use 2 pellets for Miko, but it looks
Right.
like Hattie's going to try to do for 1 pellet Miko.
Okay.
Which means he pretty much does an initial combo, and then he pops his pellet as his stamina is recovering.
Mm-hmm. Certainly
and
doable.
So that way he could, because like we said earlier, resources are pretty scarce in this run, and you would have to either change up the route a little bit to go get extra pellets, or this strat, which actually, if it pulls it off, he's going to be able to not have to do a route change.
Definitely.
Hopefully he gives him Swedish on the second half here. No, unfortunately not.
No, unfortunately. No Swedish luck tonight.
But like Tay was saying earlier, it's not necessarily a new strat, but it's pretty much to aggro Miko outside of his designated areas. You need three types of damage to aggro him, and it could be bullets or really anything hits. And there used to be a strat with a Molotov in the first one, but now there's a new strat where you can use bullets and use 3 to keep him from going into his room. But anywho, he didn't see that today. Ahady. He got through.
Might
He's
see
clear.
for Newbie. We'll see.
1 pellet, very nice. Now he still got enough for Amy G and Wet Nurse.
Yeah, made that one look pretty easy, luckily. Looks like Newbie did not Swedish either here. Man, where's all our Swedish luck tonight? Oh, he did do 2 pellet. Actually. Probably do early summons. Yeah. I'm just trying to glance at chat here. Yeah, it looks like he did do 2 pellets.
But it's not a big deal even if he does. It
no,
doesn't really lose too much time. You just have to switch the order of a few things.
Mm-hmm.
Newbie's got Miko in a corner here, pretty well positioned to get him into phase 2.
Definitely.
Ahaddy's going, this is a little bit of a scary part. You gotta go by
Certainly can be.
I call them the yum brains. And they can get you. You can get kind of stagger locked there if they grab you.
Yeah, and you can also get frenzied and get a lot of frenzy damage right there. And looks like
Frenzy's a wonderful mechanic.
Oh, wonderful. So wonderful, right?
Yes,
your favorite mechanic in the game.
5% of your health instantly.
Pretty much.
And just keep going. And what the bad part about it is, if you time it with the bar full, and you mark out at that instant, you'll actually take that damage back on the warp. Because normally,
really?
Yeah, you can, and it's not a big deal. But when you're so resource scarce as these runs are, taking unnecessary vials can come back to haunt you in certain instances.
Yeah, it looks like nobody got Swedish tonight. That's unfortunate, but not anything you can do about it. Sometimes it really is just like luck and RNG a little bit, so. But looks like Newbie's finishing off Miko.
There you go. Good job, baby.
Luckily he played nice, other than the not getting a Swedish, It saves you a little bit of time, but nothing you can't recover from, so. He played nice other than that.
Alright, and Ahady got a pig kill. There's those routes kind of dependent on if you want to get an extra level, having those pigs he just ran by. Actually, anybody who's farmed will know that those shadows from the pigs will fight. And with actually, trying to get extra levels, you can get one of the other to kill them, which is kind of a neat thing I always thought.
Definitely. And Ahaddy's on the next boss of the run right now, which is Wet Nurse, and pretty much the only strategy really here is just to stay behind her, get in as many hits as possible, hope that she doesn't teleport or try and do Nightmare Phase on you, and yeah, we'll see how this one goes for him. Looks like it's going well so far.
Yeah, it's always going to teleport. That's
so one teleport,
not the worst thing.
No, definitely not.
Ooh, that's scary. Ooh!
Ooh!
He got her.
He's fine. He's fine.
He was attacking in front of Wet Nurse, which
Yeah,
there's
it's
a thing
not
called
something.
instant lawnmower. She has little swipes attacks, and that can come out very quickly. So I was clenched a little bit there.
Yeah, not
He
something
made
you
it through.
necessarily want to do, but she was so low health already that it wasn't that much of a problem. And now Ahady has a couple seconds to just, think about the run, think about his life while the game decides to let him take the lamp.
Contemplate the nightmares that he has slain thus far.
Definitely. Yeah, Newbie's well on his way to Wet Nurse as well.
And Hattie's just gonna upgrade his weapon real quick and slot in all the gems he's gotten, which he has all the top story gems now.
Definitely.
And it looks like he's going to Cleric Beast now.
Okay.
So at this moment he's in the normal order. He's skipping Amidala because he doesn't have a pellet.
Right.
But Cleric's going to go down fast regardless.
Yeah, I think so. Because normally it's about 6 hits, I think, for Cleric Beast, and I don't know if this makes a huge difference or not in that.
He hasn't done his level up yet, so it's going to be.
Oh, he hasn't. Okay.
So it's still going to be 6 hits.
Okay.
Ugh. But if you level up before, you can actually save a hit.
Got it. Yeah. So really, then just switching up the order and not making too much of a difference otherwise.
Yeah, pretty much. It's not a big. This is kind of the section in the run where you can kind of throw the segments around a little bit.
Sure.
In case you lose you're low on pellets or vice versa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like Newbie's killing Wet Nurse right now.
Did he get it?
Got a teleport. Yeah.
She just spawned in the middle of the arena. That was weird.
Yeah, she did.
All right, hold your
breath.
Hold your breath. It's gonna be close.
Ah! Oh my god,
got him.
close. Oh jeez. Oh, scary. Oh man.
Close, guys.
That was close.
Ooh, and
looks like Newbie went. Didn't
he went YOLO on the nightmare phase.
Just went YOLO, but this was totally fine. He only had a hit left, so at that point, was it really worth dodging Nightmare Phase? No, he just had to wait for a little bit more stamina to recover, and then able to kill her pretty easily, so not too much of a problem.
All right, so the strat here with Ahady, he went and did Cleric real quick. Now he bought a Bold Hunter mark, so I would believe he's going to go do the wood segment and get the last cord. But instead of normally you would regular Hunter mark out, which you lose your echoes, but he hasn't leveled up yet.
Right.
And so he's going to use a bold mark to save those, and I believe he will level up after this segment.
Got it.
Or he might wait till after Amy G actually, but.
And I mean, it really shows you how much experience Ahady has with this game that, he's able to quickly make this decision on the fly to kind of switch things up a little bit, make it a little bit easier on himself, and just really shows his experience.
Yes, and as I'm more on the new phase of runners, I don't you can rely back on those older strats, back when they used to get 30 vit for Orphan, and me, I only know the newest strats, and that's kind of an advantage for experienced runners having that.
And Newbie right now on our favorite skip of the game, Lecture Hall skip. This skip just looks so deceptively simple. Really, it's just running up against the wall. Nice. Yeah, he got it no problem. It's running up against the wall and kind of jumping at the right time, but it's really not that easy. And Ahady just got cave skip as well. Lecture Hall, yeah, definitely. Only RNG.
Yeah, and Lecture Hall saves I think roughly around 18 seconds, almost 19.
Yeah.
If you do it first try. So you can go around and actually get some more insight, but you have to go by patches, which no one likes patches, so.
And Ahady just enjoying his climb up these ladders right now.
Getting his leg workout for the day.
Oh, definitely. You know, leg workout, arm workout. And Newbie's on the skip right now to Amy G.
Yes, and this is
he's going the more traditional order.
Mm. Yeah, and Amy G's pretty simple with these stats and some
Definitely.
of the strats we've had developed over time.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
I believe Giant Cookie Jar was the one that found that we could actually pull this skip off.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool skip.
It initially was thought you couldn't, but
yeah.
Once you land on, there's a little rock underneath that hill, and you'll see if you quit out on the sit down gesture, you'll have a little dip. Is it? Oh, it's Dank Oyster. Okay, my bad. Usually, I can say Dank Oyster, Cookie, or Hex. Usually found most of the skips in this this game.
Yeah, and Ahady unfortunately has to go kind of out of the way here in the run to pick up the Canehurst summons and the other umbilical cord, but just, you know, just a little bit of running involved. And looks like Newbie's making quick work of...
He missed the strat up a little bit, but he saved it.
So was able to recover.
And the newest strats for Amy G were developed by Ivan.
Mm-hmm.
In that you can stagger pretty quickly and pretty easily.
Yeah.
Called the Ivan Dollar.
Makes the fight pretty quick.
Giant oyster jar, yes. We found all the skips.
Pretty much.
This oyster jar.
Just the three of them together fused to find, you know, crazy skips.
Alright, and Ahady's now going to Amy G as well.
Nice.
And Newbie's off to Cleric.
Yeah, so just reverse the order a little bit there, but they're both pretty much evenly matched.
And it's always funny when as you're going to Cleric Beast, you're running through the same pathing you had at the very first,
yeah,
right at the beginning of the run. And if you've ever got hit by these enemies on the second run through, it's like they're tickling you, as opposed to they take half your health when you get hit with a gunshot in the first go around. And that's a combination of, you know, better set, armor, whatever you have it, and
a little bit more vit for some runners.
Your defense increases with each player level.
Yeah,
so it kind of is a stark contrast to show you just how far you've come in the run, so to speak.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, again, our the scariest boss of the run, Newbie's coming up on. Man, what a scary boss, Cleric Beast.
I remember Cleric Beast was the first one I fought when my first playthrough.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, this was back...
I didn't find Cleric Beast in the beginning.
This was back in 1.0 before DLC and everything with 2-hour load screens, and I saw a lot of Bloodborne splashed across the screen.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Those load times.
Oh, they were horrendous back in the early Bloodborne days.
Yeah, Ahady's making a quick work of the skip. Right on to Amy G.
Yeah, just grab a couple extra vials and hop right in there.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll probably see the Ivan Dala strat in full display here.
Yeah.
You go for a charged R2, and then you time 3 hits on the head, and then finish it off on the arm.
And then, yeah, looks like that strategy Peanut said executed perfectly. A pretty scripted fight, you know, but just when executed like perfectly like that, just so fast. It's over almost as soon as it started.
Yeah, and you're supposed to, I believe, go there. You can go there actually, not right around where you kill shadows, so it's technically like a kind of early mid game.
Yeah.
In the structure of the game. That's why you just power through it so easily.
Definitely.
And Ahady, I believe, is going to be off to Upper Cathedral now.
Nice.
And we grabbed the key earlier from Yargul and got 2 more bosses up there. And Newbie's on the wood segment as well. He looks like he's going to grab some extra blue elixirs in this hut through the cocktail, because as you go into that room, these dogs get let out. Who let the dogs out? We don't know. But, you know, he's going to grab those elixirs anyway.
Yeah, might as well just be safe, because really, like, one of the dogs is scary, but a group of them all together after you, that's not really something you want.
No, not at all. And Ahady doing just a quick quit out so he can reset the enemies on this bridge. There's 2 gunners and a big troll-looking guy, little Shrek guy with a big brick in his hand, and they hit pretty hard. You can go around the other way, but it's slower. So
yeah.
Usually, if you ask why, the answer is it's faster.
Dash Wowega. Yeah, pretty much everything that is done in this run is just because it's faster. It's really the answer for everything.
Now, it's always a little scary going to Upper Cathedral, because most of the time you do not grab any lamps up here. So if you die, you have to come all the way back from Cathedral Ward, and it's a decently long run back.
Definitely. Yeah, one of the longer run backs.
You don't have to worry about Celestial Emissary unless certain people. We won't name names.
Yeah, we won't name names. There are people who have
But Ebby's scary if you don't execute
Ebby's
the strat
definitely
correctly.
scary, for sure.
I would venture to say she's probably one of the hardest base game bosses besides DLC and the end game.
Agreed. Yeah, I think especially like in casual play, you know, she has just so much she can throw at you. Her AoE, like call from beyond type attack, you know, there's just a lot going on. So if you let her loose and like not stun lock her, yeah, she can be a real hassle. And it looks like Ahady was able to execute Orphanage key skip here pretty perfectly. Just able to grab the attention of that brain sucker guy with the whip, and then or with the cane, I should say, and just kill him and grab the key.
And everybody always asks, why do you grab 2 weapons? Right there, that's the reason.
That's why. That's literally the only reason why. But really does help and saves time.
For anyone, and you can't actually mess up and not grab both weapons. You can actually do the same with the camera. But that's definitely not what you want to do.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the backup strat. I'll say that's not my favorite skip in the run, because I don't. He doesn't like me. That brain.
Yeah, he can be kind of hard. You know, he can actually like use his magic attack on you to hold you through the door.
That, or he just spams it at the door and just looks at you like, "Hey, come here."
Definitely.
And Ahady just making quick work of the ads on this Celestial Emissary.
Yeah.
Making sure, because those little guys, they don't look big, but they hit hard.
No, they can do a lot of damage to you, for sure.
And that was a boss.
That was the boss, yeah. Just makes it look so easy.
And Ahady tries to shoot the glass, can't hit the broadside of the glass. NA aim, or Canadian aim.
Canadian aim, yeah, pretty much. Unfortunately. No cool points for that gunshot there.
Not at all. And Newbie's also heading on his way up to Upper Cathedral Ward. I have to say that you won't see it in a speed run, but if you ever get a chance, go into Ebriatus' arena and just kind of look around. It's actually, I think, cool. One of the best arenas in the whole game.
Yeah, I agree. I really like just Celestial Emissaries and Ebby. For me, like the boss design, I think is really interesting. Kind of brings this like otherworldly aspect to the game that you didn't really get beforehand, and I don't know, they're just very cool looking, very interesting.
Last you checked, Canada was NA. You're dang it, Spacey with your logic.
Spacey with your logic? Get out of here. And yeah, I had to be able to stun lock Ebby pretty easily. made pretty short work
The
of that
one
one.
scary thing about Ebby is if you can, as you see, he was doing a couple hits before the life bar appealed. You can actually stagger her before her life bar appears, like that strat, but do it early, and then all that damage, quote unquote damage you're doing, it's for naught. It doesn't show up because the health bar's not there. So that there's a specific timing there to get that to work correctly.
And Ahady just warping now into the DLC, sat down for some cool points. Yeah, just taking a little sit.
No worries. Newbie coming up on the Orphanage key skip as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
And ooh.
All right, got him.
All right.
Easy peasy.
There we go.
And Ahady's going to go back to the dream. This is the last one of the last dream visits, but mostly he's just here to buy a blood rock so he can make his weapon go to +10, the highest upgrade.
Some more beast blood pellets as well.
Yeah, it's pretty much just an insight dump. At this point, you'd have about 60, between 60, like 3 and 65 insight.
Yeah.
And it costs 60 for the blood rock. You can pick up a blood rock in the game, but it's slower, so hence why we buy it.
Yeah, and you want to dump all that insight as well, because at some point here we'll be getting to witches. Not quite yet, but going to witches eventually with a lot of insight is something you just don't want to do.
Yeah, and it also, the less insight you have, the more or larger your beast meter can be, which maximizes your damage output if you can fill that meter. And you'll get about 28 insight on the first 4 bosses of the DLC. So, and then you go back and insight dump again. So yeah, you definitely get a lot in the DLC.
Yeah, for sure. And
Newbie's got some jelly beans jumping around on him.
That's some, yeah. Uh-oh. And that's something that can happen too. If you're not quite quick enough, there can spawn more little kind of celestial emissaries. Obviously, one is the, quote-unquote true boss. And the rest are ads, and, wow. Man, that was close.
Wow.
Wow. That literally could not have been any closer.
That extra health is what saved him there.
Most definitely. Yeah, but he got the, he got the gunshot off, got the cool points, so he's fine. He's totally calculated. Totally calculated. Yeah, only idiots died to emissary, actually. That's an actual fact.
And Ahady's just doing some quick running in the first half of the DLC area. He's got to grab a key item off of Lawrence. Now he's just like making his way to Ludwig.
Yeah, it's a pretty long run to Ludwig from the beginning of the DLC, so
yeah, it's always a contention. It's always a contention when you take the lamp before Ludwig, because while it's out of the way, trust me, it's a long run back.
Oh yeah, and we've seen it in this tournament as well too. We've already seen some deaths to Ludwig and that long run back.
And the scariest part is normally you have to go by there's a hunter right by the ladder, pretty much right before the blood pool. And that guy, if you're not blue elixir, he will pretty much down you as you're climbing that ladder.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, 2 shots from him and you might fall off the ladder if you're not careful. So that's kind of a scary one. But yeah, Newbie able to take out Ebby just as quickly and easily. So well on his way as well.
And they're making pretty good time. We had a little bit of memes early on.
Some memes.
It's mellowed out. We're going on pace.
Yeah, I think so too.
Supposed to go.
Yep, and Newbie getting into the DLC here as well. Luckily, Ahady making it past the hunter on his way to Ludwig. These guys with the cannon too, like when you first see them, they are so horrifying, and the first time you just get like blown to smithereens is just such a wake-up call, I feel like, for how tough the DLC really is.
Oh yeah, they're big guys, and they're there to intimidate you for sure.
Yeah.
Alright, entering what some call their favorite fight or boss in the series.
Yeah, it's definitely a fan favorite for sure. But the speedrun makes pretty quick work of him. Again, just another one that's stun locked to death. It's a pretty scripted fight. You get some hits on the left side and then right side, head, and then you're into phase 2 already.
Pretty much. That's the one thing it's always saddens me that we run through. We just blow through Ludwig and all bosses.
Yeah, Ludwig is
such a cool boss.
So cool, especially second phase. Like, I mean, I really struggled on second phase when I played, but second phase is such a cool fight. I really love it. But yeah, the end on the visceral there, perfectly executed, so that it was just like ended on the visceral, no extra hits needed. Very well done by Ahady.
And then that key item he grabbed off of Lawrence earlier, he's going to use that right now to go up into the research hall.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like he's not going to do early skull, so we'll see how that plays out for him.
Right. So research hall skip or?
I know some in chat would want him to do research hall skip.
Research hall. Let's do it. Yeah, right. Research hall skip or riot, exactly. And Ahady is just quitting out here because these enemies can hit you so hard, and there are so many of them that it kind of makes climbing up this ladder like a much more difficult task than you would think. But
yeah, there used to be a strat with running through with a blue elixir, but actually Nems of DS3 fame, he ran Bloodborne for a while, and he came up with that strat.
Yeah,
and it's pretty consistent, and those guys will not even aggro on start moving, which is nice. This
guy's another guy you have to worry. Okay, no, Ahady's totally fine. That guy up there is another guy that you might worry about just a little bit. But it looks like Ahady was able to get through it. And Newbie's here doing the run with his blue elixir as well, and looks like he didn't aggro the hunter. Oh, too soon. No, he's fine though.
And Ahady just passed the real boss of the research hall, that guy with the candlestick. I cannot tell you how many times I've died to that.
Those two guys with the candlestick, like, they just really do not want you to keep going. They're trying to do everything they can to just stop runs.
He's just trying to protect his rat friends up on the rafters.
Definitely.
Ratatouille.
Oh, and the rat comes after Ahady, but he's fine.
He scared me. He almost rolled off.
He scared me a little bit, yeah. And while the stairs kind of magically, like Harry Potter, transform, Ahady's just gonna jump right off the edge and into this kind of sillier boss fight, Living Failures.
Now, everyone jokes about this boss, but I will say that these guys are pretty difficult if you don't execute. They hit hard and they will take you down quickly. Like
yeah,
right
the
there.
speedrun, like, yeah, oh my gosh. When executed, like, pretty perfectly, the speedrun makes short work of them, but yeah, like Peanut said, they really do hit hard, especially at 10-bit. The wrong attack from one of them can easily... Something to be careful of, for sure. And it looks like Newbie grabbed the lamp, actually, for Ludwig. Probably a safe move.
It's not a bad idea. It's pretty much on how confident you are in Ludwig.
Definitely.
And Ahady had to do a little gymnastics around. Usually we camp on the right side of the arena. But he elected to go over and to the left side, and...
Looks like it worked out for him, so... And then you'll see him quit out here, actually, too. He's basically saving his meter from the Beast Blood pellet, so that way he can go into Maria the fight already with some of that Beast Blood meter to make the fight go a lot quicker.
Yeah, it's kind of a unique mechanic, and it's not really only applicable at this instance.
Well, because the boss fights are like one after the other.
And he did an early quit out just to ensure that he kept that meter.
Definitely. And Newbie making short work of Ludwig, so on his way to the research hall as well. And here's Maria. Ahady's up against her now. Another kind of fan favorite fight, I would say. Definitely another tough fight.
I can tell you that a lot of speedrunners don't like this girl. She has a thing called hyper armor attacks.
Oh, yeah.
that she likes to pull out of the back pocket every once in a while.
Definitely. I think the interesting thing about this fight too is that really most of the damage comes from her between phases, her kind of phase changes. And you'll see Ahady was able to like perfectly execute that there, where like I said, most of the damage was between phase 1 and 2, and then 2 and 3. So that way he doesn't even have to see those phases, which are pretty difficult when you come up against them just normally.
Yeah, they're definitely not fun to fight against, especially phase 3. She has some lingering hitboxes that
hitboxes,
especially with low vit, can pretty much take you off.
Are you telling me the hitboxes can be weird in these games?
And off into the hamlet Ahady goes. Newbie making quick work in the research hall.
Yes, definitely.
So far, Ahady has not grabbed any lamps. He's been doing pretty well thus far. Really, all he's got is Orphan to get through.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you get to go back to the dream, dump some insight off to Lawrence. Those purple skulls, those things will, if you're running, they will like one-shot you. They are actually terrifying.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and he elected not to use a blue elixir here. Many do use a blue elixir just to kind of minimize the risk of running into any of those enemies, but Ahady's a pro. With good pathing, you can mostly avoid them, so.
You're definitely on your toes when you go through there with
for sure.
Used to the elixir. I've had to do it a few times, and it's not hard, but you're definitely on your toes. Then he just goes for a slope quit out version of the Hamlet skip, which it will put you in a little out of bounds area, and you can jump right before Orphan fight.
Definitely, yeah. Skips the Hamlet, which is another quote unquote favorite area. No, it's definitely a hard area and one that you don't really want to run through if you don't have to. So this skip just saves a lot of time and trouble.
Yeah, it saves roughly around 42 seconds. From running around, so
definitely. And off to Orphan. And
if you didn't know about backstabs, you're gonna learn about them here.
Yeah, there are actually two different methods that you can use for Orphan. You either kind of parry Orphan and then use the throwing knife to kind of freeze his AI momentarily and attack him, or you can basically just look for your openings. By knowing the fight super well, you can just backstab him every time, and it's really only a couple of backstabs to kill him and finish off the fight. And you barely even see phase 2 in this instance.
Yeah, he did pretty well to get him down that far. He somehow missed the backstab.
Somehow, yeah, didn't get that one there. So we're seeing a little bit of phase 2 now, which can be scary.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, Ahady knows this fight so well that, able to recover.
And Newbie's almost done with failures. All right, prey slaughtered.
Nice. GG Newbie and Ahady.
Yeah, very nice. And since Ahady, he marked out of the Orphan, hadn't grabbed a lamp, so he's going to come right back to where he can get the Lawrence skull.
Right.
Some runners elect to get it early, but he decided he was confident in his abilities, and he got through it unscathed.
And Newbie doing the quit out here now too. She gets to Maria. All this chat.
Ahady's going to do a quick insight dump. Just grab some more pellets, maybe grab the blue elixir, dump the rest of the papers, and off to Lawrence. This is pretty much the last time we ever messed with any of the baths in the dream. At least scripted.
And looks like Newbie's fighting Fighting Maria now.
You know what feels bad, man? No one did Hamlet or the research hall skip.
Feels bad, man. When will we see research hall skip in this tournament? It's
Maybe
what the people want.
Maybe tomorrow.
It's what the people want. And Newbie's
seeing a little bit of that phase 3.
a little bit of the scary phase 3, but easy dodge, and he made it work, no problem. And Ahady's going back to the beginning of the DLC to get Lawrence here.
I'm waiting for the day we find a skip where we don't have to run up to Lawrence like this twice.
Yeah,
that would be nice. Cool. Just knock him out the first go.
Right? That'd be awesome.
We're trying to go fast, making us rerun through areas.
Yeah, just want to go fast. That's it.
That's it. Alright, so the Lawrence fight's pretty scripted, as long as you execute correctly.
Mm-hmm.
You go for 3 hits on the leg, then 1 on the head to get a stagger. Do 4 more hits on the legs. He'll go 2 on the right, 2 on the left. He'll back up, get a couple more hits on the leg. He'll blow up, hit his arm, stagger. Get a couple more hits on the leg. And kill him before he even has a chance in phase 3. GG.
Easy. GG. And Newbie actually is using the blue elixir here to run through, so just a little bit safer than Ahady's method of not doing it, but gives the same results.
And that's all DLC for Ahady. He's got 4 more bosses left after this.
Yeah, it's just really the 2 very, very out of the way bosses in base game, and then the last 2 bosses. So already almost done with the run. It's like, it's kind of insane to think about how quick these runs can go.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. And I was a viewer for a long time, and I watched as over the last 2 years, the times have really got whittled down, and it's
definitely.
I remember when I first heard of people going sub 110 and stuff like that, and now the record's 105.56. Like it's pretty insane.
It's crazy.
And there's still optimizations out there. I believe.
Definitely. I think, there's still a possibility that skips could be found or something else could be optimized. But yeah, it's a very, very tight run.
Yeah, it's actually quite a good race, and there was a couple extra quit outs and stuff. It might even be closer than it looks.
Mm-hmm.
Newbie's going into he's doing standard backstab orphan strats as well.
Yep. Yeah, no knives this time around. No, these wolves or dogs right here can be pretty scary when opening this door. They clipped Ahady a little bit, but he's fine.
Yeah, they don't do too much damage singular, but if they gang up on you, it can be pretty scary.
Definitely.
I actually had a run earlier today that they caught me and
really?
Almost killed me. I had like 3 of them. They all bullied me against the wall.
Oh, jeez.
All right, Newbie's getting all these backstabs off. He's doing a really good job.
Newbie's doing amazing in this fight. What a clean orphan
very
fight.
Late phase change.
Mm-hmm. Looks like just one more backstab.
Yeah, backstab L1, and that's it. Good GG, Newbie.
GG. That was such a clean orphan fight, too. That was a really, really good fight.
They both did very well on orphan, which is probably considered one of the scariest bosses in the run. Hence why some people do the cheese.
Yeah.
But it's actually a very good. Once you learn that fight, it is very one of the more satisfying fights, in my opinion.
Definitely.
As far as knowing a boss and knowing how to exploit everything he throws at you.
For sure. Yeah, it looks like Newbie's leveling up. Put a few more points into vitality, I think, just to be safe here.
Yeah, you usually come out with about over 120,000 echoes if you don't die at all during the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
I usually can get about 6 levels at that point. Kind of
Yeah.
throw them around in whatever stats you want, if you choose to. And that's usually with early skull as well.
Right.
Because if you do it in Ahady's method, you'll use a hunter mark, so you'll just dump those in the ocean. All right.
And
yeah,
here's
Ahady's here on witches.
potentially a tricky boss if you don't know about the insight thing, but you know, Ahady dumped his insight. These additional witches aren't going to come out. He's playing it safe, killed one of them, and then kills the real boss. Just makes such short work of it, so not a problem.
It's kind of a hide and seek boss. They throw
Yeah, a
two
little
at you,
bit.
and one of them doesn't even on the health bars until later.
Yeah, definitely.
And then he quits out on the barrel. That way he'll load back outside of the boss arena
Mm-hmm.
and off into Ligarius. And newbies right now walking into everybody's favorite Flamey boy.
Flamey boy. Yeah, we'll see if he can follow the script just like Ahady did.
And I'm pretty sure Falcon House was one of the ones that came up with this strat.
Oh, really?
Or at least and about the staggering and such. And it looks like it's going a little awry, but newbie's hanging in there.
Yeah, newbie's
Going for a charged R2 on the arm.
nice. He's making it work.
Got stomped on.
Here's Ahady coming up on Canehurst as well. Such an out-of-the-way location, but such a beautiful location in the game.
Oof.
Oof.
Nice, newbie.
Yeah, nice. That last phase for Lawrence, not really one that you want to see, but newbie made it work.
It's not too bad. If you know what attacks he can throw at you, it's pretty easy to get.
Definitely.
But that slam that kind of nipped him, if he would have got direct hit on that, it could have been... I think he would have been all right because he has extra bit, but that's a scary attack to get hit by.
Oh, for sure. And this run that Ahady's doing through Canehurst is such a long run, kind of just making your way to literally the most out-of-the-way boss in the whole, like, speed run, but, you know, has to be done. He has to be killed.
I'm surprised he can even find him.
Yeah, right?
Might be up here for a minute looking for him.
Yeah. And then just shooting this guy for good measure. He can certainly mess you up if you're not careful.
I just need to find out the number of the people who were washing the floors at the beginning, because somebody's come over to my house.
Yeah, right? Yeah, what's their rate?
But yeah, I would argue that this is the longest run to a boss, especially without the shortcut. So dying to Ligarius is definitely a big thing that you do not want to happen.
Mm-hmm. And that's really, like, this kind of little hop that you just saw Ahady do is really the only, you know, quote-unquote skip of this area. Which, you know, is it really a skip? I don't know. It's apparently on the fence about being dev intended or not, but the way that staircase is facing looks like it pretty much is.
Hey, speedrunners don't care. They just want to go fast. So if it's there or not, if it's dev intended, it's there, we're using it.
For sure. And this area can also be, like, potentially scary because you got gargoyles up here if you're not fast enough, and then, you know, kind of climbing on these rooftops, they can be a little slippery.
I always wondered why, you know, in what right mind would someone put their walkway to their castle on rooftops?
Right?
I need to talk to the architect.
You know, it seems a little dangerous. Like, you know, somebody has to be involved here.
Newbie's getting hit with a few extra attacks here in Hemwick.
Luckily, having that extra vitality doesn't make it too difficult. That certainly makes it a lot less scary, so hopefully he'll be able to get out of that one okay. And Ahady's already on Ligarius.
Yep, on Ligarius.
Last boss of the run before the 2 final bosses.
Easy backstab. Cancel his phase transition. He's got a sliver. And he says, "No, you ain't flying today."
Perfect. Easy.
All right, coming up on the conclusion for Ahady. Newbies just took his elixir on his approach to witches.
Yeah. Yeah, Ahady coming back to the dream one final time. And,
This could be... And these guys are memers. This definitely could have a death or two.
For sure.
If they're not careful.
So hopefully this all goes well.
Pretty straightforward for Newbie and Ahady. Fights currently. Definitely.
Backstab to finish, and that was a pretty clean Gehrman fight. Hopefully Moon Presence goes just as well.
And Newbie did well getting on the barrel. The guy tried to break it from him.
Yeah, but he was able to get that quit out.
Very nice, very nice. Got a good opener from Moon Presence. Gonna get the arm stagger, then the head.
And then the visceral to end the fight, which is a lot quicker of an animation than just her regular death animation, so...
And that's a GG from Ahady.
Yeah, Ahady. That was a really great run.
That was a quite good run. Started off a little murky.
Some early memes, but you know, the end was
he definitely
very
finished
clean.
Extremely strong at the on the tail
clean.
half.
And what is that? I can't even read it.
So small for me. 1:13:45.
45? Wow, clean.
I believe, yeah, 1:13:45. That's a pretty good run.
Super clean. Yeah, for the 2 deaths to shadows, honestly, that was an amazing run. And Newbies just
getting on the into the Canehurst Castle. A little bit of a run before Ligarius.
A little bit of a run.
He's well on his way to finishing strong as well. He's not actually that far behind.
No, he's really not. These last 3 bosses, like once you actually get to Ligarius, it's like Ligarius boom, Gehrman boom, and then Moon Presence. It's like pretty fast one after the other. It's really just this run to Ligarius that's the last like long kind of bit of the run. And he's also using a standard PS4 as well. Oh, thanks for switching that. Sorry.
No worries. Yeah, you don't get to see too much of Canehurst, but it's actually a very cool area, and
yeah, it really is.
It's kind of fun. Like, I mean, it's not applicable in speedruns per se, but you can come here quite early and actually get fairly late game upgrade materials. You can get a couple different weapons, and it's just a really well designed place.
Definitely.
A lot of people didn't find it on their first playthroughs, but
yeah, I mean it's pretty out of the way, and there's nothing really that like tells you anything about how to get the Canehurst summons or where the carriage is at all. So it's pretty difficult.
You got to read the item descriptions, but who's got time for that?
Yeah, who's got time? Reading? Reading? Yeah, just getting this ladder now. This chat. Yep, just again, gotta run on these rooftops, man. Unsafe rooftops.
You gotta watch out for that gargoyle.
You really do.
I call it the K-Dub goyle because K Witty once when he was back when his speedrunning
pretty infamously
days, he got snatched by one of those guys as he was falling off there, and
Definitely.
Lost a good run to it.
It happens.
Looking back, you laugh, but at the time, I'm sure he was not very happy.
Yeah, I would think not. And finally making it to Ligarius here.
He's taking the wide entrance.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a good call for that attack, because usually you'd have to dodge through it.
Definitely.
You gotta watch out, though. You can't get him too stuck
Yeah.
on the wall. Otherwise, you can't backstab him.
Oh, and it looks like he did not get the backstab because he was too far against the wall and then unfortunately died.
That thing's got a big AoE. You gotta watch out.
Yeah.
And he did not grab the elevator, so he's gonna have to go back again.
Have to do that run again, unfortunately.
That's always one thing that I've when I fight him, because I used to do max NG runs, you know, and I would incorporate some speedrun stuff into my, playthrough, and
right.
He always gave me problems because he always would go against the wall, and you couldn't get the backstab to cancel his phase 2 transition, and it's not being able to get the backstab is pretty detrimental to speedruns, especially.
If you get him against the wall like that and you don't get that backstab, his phase 2 is so, like, even if Newbie had survived that attack, like, his phase 2 is so tricky. Ligarius kind of, like, flies all around his arena, just like kind of insane phase 2.
He becomes extremely mobile. It's like
definitely.
It's like he drank a couple energy drinks, and
yeah, definitely.
He's not all creaking like in the opening cutscene. That's for damn sure.
Nah, he's just pretending to be old and not being able to move. He's just tricking you for phase 2.
But yeah, this is the run back. That's like I said, it's probably arguably the longest run back.
Probably the longest. Yeah.
You pretty much have to go through the whole castle again.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer.
Luckily, you don't have to do the parkour across the bookshelves. But
definitely, but you still gotta worry about these guys.
Yeah, the guy you gotta worry about's the dart thrower guy, because if he hits you with these arrows, you'll lose stamina, and if you go at 0 stamina on this ladder, you will fall.
Yes, definitely.
And get pretty much memed on by the ghost ladies.
Definitely.
I can say it's happened to me.
Hit pretty hard.
Yeah, they look shy, but they'll hit you.
So hopefully this time will go a little bit better.
It's not too much of a different opener with him aggroed.
Right, yeah, so there's not too much to worry about here, having died once. Some of the other bosses may be a little bit more to worry about, but yeah. Going around again.
Doing the wide approach.
Yeah.
Dodging those. Oh. You gotta watch out for his arcane spam. He'll hit you with it.
Oh, definitely.
Alright, now he's got him in the loop. Ooh, he might have him against the wall again. Get out of there.
Had him against the wall again, so he just decided to quit out. I mean, I guess there's really 2 strats that you could use there, either the quit out method, or you could kind of try to navigate phase 2, even though it's like we said, pretty difficult.
That was interesting. You don't see that quite often, but it's actually
probably the smarter decision, to be honest. So all he has to do is retry phase 1 again. He's put right outside the boss arena. Didn't have to run through all of Canehurst. So hopefully
that was actually probably a pretty smart play.
Very smart. It really just shows you like how much these runners have to think on their feet and just kind of be ready for any situation that could come up. So This time doesn't look like he's against the wall. Going to backstab. Perfect. Into the visceral. There we go. And hopefully just another hit. Perfect.
One more hit.
GG, newbie. Yeah, that was a very, very, very
no flights open for Ligurius today.
Yeah.
Back on the runway.
Does not have permission. No permission to fly. But yeah, that was very clean and a good decision by newbie. Now he can finish up the run. Just grabbing beast blood pellets.
I think he's just insight dumping.
Oh, nice. Perfect.
Get a little bit bigger beast meter for the fight.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. All right. And some of these parries look like they're a little tricky to pull off, and luckily newbie has that extra vitality, so he's a little comfier right now.
Yeah, Gehrman can still hit pretty dang hard.
And yeah,
he's on us.
Spoke a little bit too soon. Ahady, oh my god. Spoke a little bit too soon for newbie, unfortunately. Got a little bit memed there, but luckily, you know, the run back is literally 2 seconds long, so he can easily try again.
Yeah, it's kind of the boss arena here. It's questionably sometimes. I get the best word for it's kind of, you know, inconsistent with all of the elevation changes. Even sometimes, even when you think a parry should hit, just the way that the geography of the arena is, it might not hit.
And his timing can be a little bit weird too, so.
That's just something that us as runners have to learn to deal with. It ain't changing anytime soon.
Yeah, it's just all about adaptability, really. And luckily, newbie has. Sorry.
Yeah, I said I will say that this phase is the scarier one of Gehrman, as far as him having his little sword and scythe out.
For sure, able to land. Oh, not quite land the backstab. That looked like it was gonna hit. A little early. But it looks like newbie has enough resources to deal with this one, so not a problem that he has to heal. Never mind. I'm like, I should stop talking. I feel like I'm cursing newbie.
Commentator curse.
Actual commentator curse. It's 100% my fault, newbie. I'll take the blame on that one.
No, you have to actually. If the strat's executed pretty correctly, you won't have to deal with that phase, the super charged up phase, because he's especially
Texas.
He has extreme hyper armor. You can still parry him, but if you just try to stagger him out of stuff, not happening in that phase.
Definitely. Oh my god. Oh jeez.
One thing to be watchful, I can't tell, but I'm not sure how many bullets newbie has left.
Yeah, he's running, he has 8 left. He's running a little bit lower, but it looks like he still has the resources to hopefully deal with this. He really only needs them for Gehrman, so as long as he can get through this fight, you know, hopefully Moon Presence will go a little bit smoother for him.
A little early on the backstab again.
Just a little bit early. I feel like I can't stop.
Somehow dodged that shot.
Yeah, that was a good dodge.
Right by the muzzle.
I can't stop looking at Ahady's screen and laughing.
He's all about the money, I guess.
All about the money. Easy price. Am I right?
All right, just one more
like
hit, newbie.
Finally, perfect.
All right.
That was a pretty clean Gearman fight, so no worries. Third time's the charm.
He'll get. Luckily, he'll get to pop all of his for the next round with Moon.
Yeah.
Got the jump opener, not too shabby.
Hopefully just able to get away here and heal up for a moment.
I will say, while Moon doesn't have a lot of health, he is annoyingly long-limbed.
Oh, definitely.
And mobile.
Very much so.
Especially that back swipe. Hitting you with the tail, it's aggravating, to say the least.
For sure. And unfortunately, yeah. A death to Moon presence.
Now, the real scary thing is having Moon with a fog wall.
Yeah, and also running pretty low on vials as well, so...
Because once Moon presence is aggroed, you walk through that fog, and it is on a dead 100-meter sprint towards your face. He does not care.
Just like that.
And fighting him in that corner is not really fun because it's kind of congested.
Definitely. Yeah, like you said, fighting him with the fog wall kind of makes him, like, pretty aggroed.
It's hard to get good openers, plus you don't have any meter to harder to aggro.
Definitely. Definitely.
Alright, I need 1 HP attack.
Nice.
Yes, the head
Visceral. And then hopefully just a couple quick more hits. Nice. GG. GG, newbie.
GG, newbie.
And I'm just gonna quit out now. Show us that in-game time. Texas, oh my gosh. And let's see what the time is here. And that's 129?
129.14.
Nice. Very solid run.
All right. Well, I'm assuming we
think
bring
we're
these guys in here.
Yeah, definitely gonna get a little post-race interview with both Ahady and Newbiesaurus.
I'm not sure how to do that.
That's a great question. Hang on one sec. We will figure it out. We'll get these guys in here. I think we just give them the link that we got.
Sure. Oh, there they are. They're both in the setup thing. Hello, hello.
Hello, guys.
Hey.
Hello, Ahady. What and newbie. Good job, guys.
Good job, guys.
That was
Ahady.
a frustrating run.
Yeah, there were some early memes there for sure.
Good
job, guys.
I don't think I made very many mistakes at all, but I just lost like 6 minutes on shadows.
Well, your late game was like super incredible, honestly.
Yeah, Gehrman and Moon Presence was awesome.
Definitely.
It was pretty textbook.
Yeah, just kind of I mean, early like me, the both of you guys, like, did you just kind of like take a moment to recover? Like, how did you kind of like come back from those? Because both of your guys' end games were very clean, you know, super nice. Like, what kind of, I guess, were you thinking about when you get those kind of things happening to you in a race?
Well, I really had to think hard after dying twice because there's only one extra pellet you can grab before Mikolash.
Right.
And so I had to think about what I wanted to do to go to the forest early. So what I ended up doing was going to Cleric Beast, which gives you the badge that lets you buy Bold Hunter's marks. And then I bought one Bold Hunter's mark, went to the woods with all of my echoes, and then leveled up after Amygdala once I had pellets.
Right.
So that was
Which
kind
switching
of
up
on the fly routing choice.
2-minute offense.
But yeah, that on the fly choice definitely helped you know, clean that race up. Looked really good and solid. And Newbie.
Well, I'm happy with most of the runs,
Yes.
just that one part.
Yeah,
Newbie,
no,
talk to
understandable.
us about. Newbie, talk to us about your early strat.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
let's get that word on this early strat.
In all honesty, I was actually shaking, so I missed a couple backstab attempts. But the fight looks a lot cleaner than what it looked like in there. But
No, your
Yeah.
fight, it wasn't bad at all, honestly. But tell us about this this saw spear that we saw in the beginning of the run.
well, the whole point is to be able to grab the lamp before Old Yarnum skip.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do Old Yarnum skip, grab
Got
the
it.
lamp, and then warp back, and then just grab your weapons at that point.
Mhm.
So you technically don't lose a warp.
Oh, that's cool.
Was it difficult fighting Gascoigne with no gun though, like not being able to parry him?
Like I said, it looks a lot cleaner, but I was literally shaking at the beginning.
It's really hard to fight
Yeah.
Gascoigne without a gun.
No, it looked pretty tricky to be honest.
Yeah,
It was interesting.
fighting him in
We haven't
second
seen
phase
something
as
like
well.
that, which is kind of
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it
I
was
was
cool.
because I knew I was gonna lose anyway, so I was planning to put all the stops. Like I
Mhm.
was gonna do early DLC to get a +7 for Shadows, Rom, and 1 Reborn, and then I was gonna do all this stuff, but I decided against it at the end.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But
No.
I had
Well, good job,
man.
guys.
You deserved
But yeah,
it.
seriously, GG to both of you guys. Super clean runs. You know, a little bit of early meat, but otherwise, like, very, very clean. Liked your strat as well, Newbie.
Thanks.
Seriously, good job, both of you guys.
Thanks.
But,
If you guys don't
Alright.
follow these guys, go do it now.
Yes, please
and
go
I'm
give
sorry,
them both
apparently
follows.
I didn't follow my own rule of turning off my follower notifications because I had them 2 times.
I didn't notice. I was watching the whole
No,
time,
it's
but I
alright.
didn't notice that.
Didn't notice. Don't worry.
And
I thought that
Peanut
was Taze.
Peanut
Whoa.
and Tay, of course, thank you so much for you guys hosting this because we couldn't do this without you guys. So
No,
Just
of
wanted
course,
to share
this
that
is
with
a
you guys.
great race.
And we wouldn't have the tournament with me, so thank
Yeah.
you.
We definitely have to thank Newbie for putting this whole tournament on. You know, like arranging this with SpeedGaming and everything. I think honestly, just been a lot of fun matches to watch, and there's still many more matches to come up. So you know, definitely check the schedule and see which ones you can make because they've all been really amazing so far. So been a lot of fun.
Yeah, we got another matchup coming in roughly 10 hours from now.
Yes, definitely.
Alma versus Enduritize, and
Mhm.
then another one tomorrow, about 4 hours from now. Math's
Roughly.
hard,
Yeah, math is hard.
but
And next
that'll be Natty against
yeah,
Newbiesaurus.
that's my question. So we all know that Ahady's the #1 seed right here.
Right.
Peanut, how are you feeling about going up against him in round 2?
Oh, that's
I'm
right.
gonna make some peanut butter next week, boys.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa, smack
Damn,
talk.
We're already getting there, huh?
Oh, we're already there.
Fortunately, I've raced against Ahady many times already, and probably the normal result will prevail. But maybe I can get into his head. Who knows? We'll find out.
Ooh.
But
Little smack talk here,
Yeah,
you know?
I mean,
Never
like-
hurt anybody.
I really kind of. I didn't choke. I think I played really well in this race, but
Mm-hmm.
I choked.
it's like I
Logan so
said.
hard.
Like my last 2 races that I did, like off stream or off of SpeedGaming, like outside of the bracket,
Mm-hmm.
were like extremely good. And then once I actually go into the race, I always either choke or get unlucky.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty tough. Like you kind of have some pressure on you, and it's really just about like finding that good mentality to just kind of keep pushing forward. And both of you did, and both of you finished really good runs. So
Hey, Hattie, can you repeat to me what your time was?
1:13:45.
1:13:45.
And by the way, Natty was pissing me off the entire run. Every time I looked at chat and saw Natty with his little rude snide remark, it just pissed me off.
yeah, he's known to do that once in a while.
Love you, Natty.
Well, Natty's coming up pretty
Cute.
soon. I think Natty's racing on Sunday, so
Yeah, Natty is racing
now
on
it's time
In
Sunday.
for you
about
to
24 hours.
now it's time for
Mhm.
you to dish it back, Hattie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't dish what you can't take, Natty. I will say that.
If I'm far enough ahead in Durataz, I'll do research. I'll skip for you.
Hell yes, we're waiting to see it. Like someone
Wait,
give us
Hattie, you were
research. I'll
watching the
skip.
whole time, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
I wasn't that far ahead. That's why I didn't do it.
Well, I'm glad. That's what I'm glad that I was actually able to keep up with you for a little bit.
Yeah, you were only like maybe a minute behind me going into the DLC, if I
Mhm.
remember correctly, because you were like 3 minutes behind, but I have a pro, so
Yeah, no, it was pretty close, honestly.
It was a good race.
Very good race.
But
Well, I think that's about it, guys.
yeah, I'm
Thank
gonna
Yeah.
go
you
get
so much
something
for
to eat.
participating.
Thank
Yeah.
you guys
are
so
all
much.
invited over to my house for food.
Oh.
All right. Save some.
damn.
All right, I'll see you guys.
Post-match refreshments. Thanks to Hattie. Thanks, Newbie.
Thanks to Hattie. Thanks,
Thanks,
Newbie.
guys. And then tomorrow,
And
I'm
thank
up
you
for
so
some
much.
Durataz.
Yeah, thank you so much, Peanut. Again, great
Thank you, Tay.
match today. Thank you guys all so much, everybody, for watching. Like we said, please check out the rest of those matches. We're kind of being held on different speed gaming like channels, so just be aware of like which channel is going to be holding the rest of the events. And yeah, I think there's again some really great matches going to be coming up the rest of this weekend. And yeah, just check them out.
Yeah, and one quick, we didn't do it, but one quick shout out to Speed Souls.
For sure.
It's a group of all of us that, we're passionate about speedrunning these Souls born games.
Mhm.
If any of you guys out there, think this is something up your alley,
Yeah. And even if you're
go check out the Discord or just anything.
Even if you're a new runner or you're interested in running at all, these have you. So I think, really anybody with any interest in it should definitely check it out.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm prime example. I was a viewer until about a few months ago.
Mhm.
I decided to throw my hat in the ring, and look where we are now. So
yeah, you
anybody
versus
can
Ahady.
anybody can do it.
Definitely.
But thank everybody for watching. I hope you guys be back in about 10 hours for the next race. So
thank you guys. See you
all right,
all.
everyone, have a good day or evening, everybody.
See you guys.